I fasted for 120 days. I've fasted for 80 days. Yes. I've fasted for 60 days 2 times. I've fasted for 40 days.
What one 60 days?
Yes. 60 days I've fasted 2 times.
People have misused the fasting. People have misused the fasting. Every time, every day. Examples of fasting are in the Bible, where you see. But there is this new kind of fasting which people have adopted, but its source, when we trace it, some people don't know where it comes from. In the Bible, it's not there. But when we try to trace it, like we who know something about it, it will end in hell. It will end to the devil. He is the master of it. He is the one who planned this kind of fasting so that he may use it to weaken Christians and use it to attack them.
I've fasted for 40 days, 3 times. 80 I've gone 2 times. 120 I've gone 1 time. 80 I've gone 1 time. So 40 I've gone 3 times. This 21, 7 I can't count. It has become now my lifestyle. Right now I'm doing 21 days. I started this now. Yeah, this is now the 3rd.
Demonically, it's from the underground. It is never in the Bible, because when you read the Bible, all the type of fasting, people left food for specific hours or specific days. But people have bought this kind of fasting where they just only drink, but they don't eat. And
120 days
without the food.
Without the food. I fasted for 40 days. Then the rest days I was using 1 cup of kahawa.
They brag with it. They think they are in fasting. That is devil's plan of fasting. He sat down and planned, how can I penetrate through this born against through fasting? Because these things of fasting, they are gaining much. Let us bring our kind of fasting where we shall make them spiritually dull.
People are questioning the secret behind my success, behind my powers. Now I've come to explain it to them. And number 1, the secret is prayer and fasting. I fasted for 120 days.
Fasting certainly draws us closer to God on an individual level. This spiritual discipline is not simply about personal breakthrough. But people have misused the fasting. You find, let me tell you, this fasting, the devil can use it to torture and torment you, let me tell you. And you have to be careful when you go into fasting, because you are entering spiritual dimensions you will not manage.
So 120 days, when you're fasting for long, for 120 days, after fasting for 60 days, now you go to another world. You don't live here now. The body is here, but you don't live here. And now you lose your senses. Anytime you close your eyes like this, like you are sleeping, you get into another world. Anytime you can be sitting like this and you're being taken to another world.
120 days?
Yes.
Without the food?
Without food. 120 days.
If that fasting you are doing was not led by the Spirit of God, you are going to enter spiritual dimensions where the devil is going to give you revelations and dreams. You come back and you confuse people. You say, God has told me this. Let me tell you, pastors, you have problems. There are people who tend to be so spiritual every time they're in fasting, but this fasting is not led by the Spirit of God. Let me tell you, whatever you do has to be inspired by the Spirit of God. So when they go in the spiritual dimensions, the devil will have a dominion over their souls. It's not God who has told you to fast, and someone goes into fasting and the devil will speak.
When he pray for you, you'll be healed. When he lay hands on you, you will be healed.
Your son?
My son. He's around 4 years old.
What are you saying?
He's called Hubert Angel.
There are people who take themselves to be so spiritual because of too much fasting. And when they fast too much, they are captured. Because I told you, when you keep on fasting, you are entering spiritual dimensions. So it is all about who told you to do the fasting.
I'm a son of Pastor Ezekiel. I'm a spiritual son of Pastor Ezekiel.
Have you met him?
Yes, I've met him several times. I'm a spiritual son of Pastor Ezekiel. He's my spiritual father.
Yes.
And I try to copy a lot of things from him. Because in everything you are doing, you must have a mentor. The mentor matters a lot. Mentor matters a lot. So he's my mentor. I've learned a lot of things from him. And with me, I believe he's a man of God.
If it's the Spirit of God, so the Spirit of God will take you into different dimensions and shows you whatever He wanted to show you. But if you are led by your minds, the devil has manipulated many, is still manipulating. Don't just enter into fasting anyhow, please. You are going to be possessed. I'm telling you the truth. The devil uses that trick to possess people through fasting. There are people who fast without any knowledge of God. Because and we have these onliners, these online Christians. Those ones have a lot of problems. Otherwise, the devil has used the fasting to cause sicknesses to Christians. Christians are very sick. They have ulcers. From ulcers, they get cancer. People have cancers, but it's from fasting. Because they did it ignorantly.
White cloth.
Yes, white garment.
Yeah,
yes.
Belong to Pastor Ezekiel.
Yes.
Are you under Pastor Ezekiel?
Oh, okay. So the secret behind these miracles,
yes.
Number one, is a prayer and fasting. A life of prayer and fasting.
Yes.
A life of prayer and fasting. I've gone through a lot of fasting.
Okay.
And I will just brief you shortly.
Yes.
I've fasted for 120 days.
Without food?
Without food.
120 without food?
Yes, without food. So
ukiwa hapa duniani ama ukiwa heaven?
I was here. Now let me tell you.
Yes.
You know,
I
was saying, now I'm fat. Now if you go to my Facebook and try to look at my pictures, now I'm fat.
Really?
Now